Hi folks, Total Sales Solutions in Jackson, Mississippi, where we sell diesel trucks of all kinds, folks. Gosh knows how many hundreds we've sold. We sell them only on the internet. That doesn't mean that you're not welcome to come and look at any time. Just give us a call. Come and look. We sell bargains. We sell trucks that folks can't find at good prices. Today we're going to look at it and show you a truck exactly like that, a 2003 Ford F350 turbo diesel 6.0. Only got 204,000 miles on it, folks. Been studied and deleted. We've had it 8 or 9 months. We've been moving campers with it and everything back and forth. This is a really good truck. It's an XLT, but it's fully loaded for an XLT. Windows, door locks, tilt, cruise, seats, and all that. It has navigation, backup camera, sitting on a good set of tires. This is just a nice truck, folks, and it's already set up with fifth wheel rails if you need them. If you don't have to use them. They're there, but I'm telling you that's a big option if you ever do need them. But it's a good truck. It's not beaten, banged up, not chipped up. Interior's nice. Come on, we're going to show it to you. It's going to be a bargain. F350 dually, and I promise you, you can't find one of these at every place you look.
Well, most by this age are just...
One's going to be a bargain.
Most of this age are just wore slap out and worked to death. It's come from here in Mississippi. There's no rust or anything.
You can see the interior, folks.
Hang on.
Nice on it. Navigation. Dan will show you here.
It's got a Kenwood navigation set up. I'll tell you more about it when we do the test drive.
But you can see it's not chipped, beat up, picked up.
Got the max tow package. Got 410 limited slip gearing.
These trucks, folks, our experience has been one of two ways. These trucks are either ragged out because they've been worked, or someone has taken immaculate care of them and they want 5 times the price you can afford to pay for one. To find one, just a good, solid, pretty truck like this that's going to be at a great bargain price, that's hard to do. A 1-ton dually, especially one equipped like this. Someone special ordered this truck.
We got love bugs. Privacy glass, sliding rear window, got mats. You can see in the jams, no rust whatsoever. You can see the fifth wheel rails in the back. Put some smoke LEDs on it.
Look under here.
Got the extra leaf for the tow package.
See the tires, good tires. Fenders are not cracked and all that. You can see in the back here, it's not been backed into anything, beat up. There's your...
Someone has, you couldn't get a backup camera in 03, but someone, if you spend the money, they sell this little replacement tailgate handle with the backup camera built in, and somebody has done that, got the spare, got the receiver.
And the spares, folks, these trucks never have them, but this one's got a good spare. Look down the side here.
Part sensors in the bumper.
No, the paint's not chipped up, it's not dinged and pinged. You can see the tire there, how nice it is. Look under there. Back here in the back, you can see the lines.
Not rusty. Clean title, no flood, no salvage.
With these headliners, folks, it looks like the pictures, but the headliner's just the way it ought to be. You don't have to worry about that. Look here, tire on both sides. Boy, that's unusual. Look at the dash. The dash is not cracked and beat up.
It's got the manuals in it, and the key for the spare tire is still in it.
It is. And you can see this never been a work truck. I don't know what they did with it, but
probably hauled horses or something.
Not to have any more miles than it's got on it, and to have been studied and deleted the way it is.
And with only 204,000, this is probably, somebody just probably was paranoid and just did it, because studding and deleting one is about 7 or 8 grand, but you don't have to worry about it in general, even not studded with only 200,000, so somebody probably just wanted to do it all just to be safe.
Equipment on it, an XLT, it was probably special order. Someone knew exactly what they wanted. But this is a nice truck, folks, and if you need one to work, or you need one to haul a boat or a tractor or big equipment, this is certainly the truck you're looking for, or one to just drive to hunting, whatever you need to do with it. So this is a good truck. That's what I'm trying to stress. We've had it, we've driven it, we've used it, we know about it. It's a 2003 Ford F350 dually, turbo diesel, been studded and deleted, low miles. The interior is as nice as one can be. Heavily equipped XLT, windows, door locks, tilt, cruise, stereo, rear mirrors. Got navigation, rails in the bed, good set of tires. It's just a good truck, a nice truck, folks. And I promise you, compared to what else you're going to see on the internet, it is going to be a bargain. We appreciate you watching our video. Thank you so much for that. Look forward to visiting with you about this 03 dually. Look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.
All right, before we go on the test drive, just going to show you a few things under the hood. First of all, we don't clean under hoods. This is just how it came in. So you can see, though, not covered in oil and dirt and mud or anything else. A little dirty, but not filthy. Been maintained. Does have the coolant filter kit that's been put on it. That protects the oil cooler from getting stopped up over time from just particles that come in the antifreeze. A good pair of batteries from last year. Brand new turbo. Only probably a few months old now. We put it on. All that's good on it. The main thing I want to show you though, well, two things. First of all, you can see, set the cap down, no blow by. Tiny wisp of smoke, but smoke's not a big deal as long as it's not puffing. The main thing is, you see, there's no pressure. Blow-by is engine compression getting past the piston rings and into the crankcase. It's not necessarily a sign of a bad engine, but it's a sign of wear that this truck doesn't have. Now, these little spots on the cap, what happens and causes that, people take the cap off, lay them upside down on a battery, and just the battery vents and stuff eat that away. But the other big thing on this truck, I don't think my camera will show it very well. Actually, this is the wrong side to be doing it. But anyway, it's studded. So some people call it bulletproof. The basic thing is the head gaskets have been replaced, the factory head bolts have been taken off, and heavier duty exhaust studs have been put in, which hold a lot more pressure if you want to put a tune on it. Not necessarily something like I tell people, you don't have to do it unless you've already got problems, but somebody has gone ahead and done it. So that's a good sign how they treated this truck, because that's about a $5,000 to $6,000 job, not even counting the turbo we put on and other stuff. But anyway, showing you that. Now we're going to hop in, take it for a spin. All right, now we're in the truck. Going to take you for a little test drive. You'll have to excuse my shaky camera work. I'm filming with one hand and driving with the other on some of the worst roads in the city of Jackson. But even though the video may come out a little shaky, rest assured, the truck itself has a great ride and drive. Doesn't pull to the left or right, doesn't vibrate or pull when you hit the brakes. Everything works like it should. And you always want to hear a Power Stroke crank cold, whether you buy this one or whatever, because if they've got injector issues or FICM issues and stuff like that, they may run perfect once they're warmed up, but next day you get home, you crank it up cold, it may run like a three-legged dog until it warms up again, if it's got injector problems. This one don't. Runs great hot or cold. You can see no lights lit on the dash. I'll show that again in a second. I'm trying to turn and film and zoom in. Like I said, Dad said, we've had this truck like 8 or 9 months. We've been hauling fifth wheel campers and stuff with it, but we are about to concentrate more on motorhomes and not worry so much about campers. It's just hard to find them anywhere within 500 or 600 miles at these auctions, so that's the only reason we're getting rid of it, because I got my own truck to drive anyway. But that being said, if you want to fly in and drive this truck home, you can. We'll be glad to pick you up at the Jackson, Mississippi International Airport, bring you back here, we'll do all the paperwork, feedback and everything, and let you hit the road. Now one thing, let me show you again now that we're driving. I like to show the dash after we get on the road, just so you can see for yourself that there's no lights lit. Because it's easy to hook your scan tool up and kill an engine light or an airbag or brake light and take a picture and say, oh look, no lights. But if there's a problem and you haven't fixed it, then as soon as you actually go to driving, that light's going to come right back on, and this one doesn't have any. Like Dad said, it has been bulletproofed. Now, lots of people say bulletproof, lots of people call it studded. The point is, the factory head bolts have been replaced with head studs, which clamp the heads down tighter on the motor, seals better, and all that good stuff. And the reason, there's two reasons people do it. One is because they have not deleted the EGR cooler, which is the main issue with 6.0s, because it starts leaking. It lets antifreeze get into the motor, and of course water doesn't compress, so it stretches the head bolts and blows the head gasket. Or somebody puts a tune on one, and if you go over about 100 horse on the tune with stock head bolts, the pressure's too high, blows the head gasket. That's most of the time people stub one. The rest are those who have been on the internet, or their mechanic has convinced them that you just have to stub one, even though you really don't, as long as the EGR is deleted and you don't go crazy on the tune. But people have it done all the time because that's what they've been told, or that's what they've read somewhere, or maybe they just want the extra peace of mind. But anyway, it's around, by the time you do like this one's had, delete it, the EGR cooler, stud it, and it also has a coolant filter kit to keep the oil cooler from clogging up with just particles out of the antifreeze. Time you do all that, you can spend $6 or $8 grand pretty quick. And so this one has had all that done. So whether it needed or not, at the time, who knows, or probably somebody just did it for the peace of mind, because only $204,000, you generally, the stock EGR coolers don't start acting up until $250 or so. But anyway, it's done. And when we got it, we put a new turbo on it as well. So this truck has been gone through. We just did a new, did an oil change, motorcraft filters and all that. And that's the other thing. You hear stuff about 6.0s. There's only two issues with 6.0s. Number one is that EGR cooler, which once you delete it, that's most of the problems that 6.0s ever have is related to that. But you can do like this one and delete it. The second thing that has caused issues over in the past, people treated these like a 7.3 and just kept the oil topped off. These 6.0s, the high pressure system, oil system, runs at way higher pressures. You've got to keep it serviced. You got to change the oil every 5,000 miles. You got to change the fuel filters every other oil change, and you got to use motorcraft filters. You can't just slap whatever you grab from AutoZone, or even a good filter like a Wix. You can't use them. Ford will not release the patent on their filters, so anything but motorcraft, it may go in there, but it's not fitting properly, it's not sealing properly, it's not filtering like it should. So you got to service it, you got to use motorcraft filters. Now if you do that, these things can go forever. I mean, we've had them with 400,000 and 500,000 miles and zero blow-by, and it just comes down to maintenance. That is the key on these trucks. But like I said, no problems with this one. You're welcome to fly in and drive it home. But we realize most of our customers are from the Northeast, the Midwest, and they're buying from us because we've got rust-free vehicles and we got great prices. And we understand you may not want to spend several days driving or flying down and then driving home. So don't let the idea of shipping it scare you. I mean, that's why we do these videos, so you can see them going down the road. You can know with certainty that they're going to do right. And don't let the prices you find online for shipping scare you either, because most of these guys who do online shipping quotes aren't actual shippers. They're brokers. And they'll charge you hundreds of dollars up front, and they call it a deposit, but what it really is their fee for finding somebody else to actually haul it to you. And most of them use this website that's not open to the public called Central Dispatch. It costs a couple grand a year for membership. You have to be in the business to be on it, but we're on it. So basically, we can cut out the middleman. We can get you a wholesale rate on shipping. We don't charge a markup or a fee or anything like that to do it. It's just a free service to our customers to arrange for discount transportation. So now if you don't buy from us, we'll still arrange it for $50 and you'll still save money, but we'd rather you buy something from us and we'll make the arrangement for free. And the way it works is, if you want to ship one, you can either FedEx us a cashier's check or do a bank wire, which is a lot simpler, for the price of the truck, and just the truck, not the shipping. We'll go ahead, when we get that, we'll post it for shipment, send you the title and everything, and once we post it, the load is available on there. We just wait to hear from a transport company that wants to do it. It usually takes 3 to 5 days, sometimes quicker. If you're way off, it could be a little longer, but that's the average. And but we make all the arrangements, get it picked up, and they'll call you to schedule a time to drop it off. And when they drop the truck off, you just hand the driver of the transporter cash for the shipping. We don't get anything out of it. If you're interested, shoot me a text with your zip code, and I'll get you a good ballpark figure on shipping. It's 601-376-9869. And if you're anywhere near Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, or pretty much anywhere in the state of Florida, we can get you a real good deal on shipping. But like I said, text me your zip for a quote. If you have any questions about the truck, that's my cell, 601-376-9869. I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have about the price, the truck, what's been done to it, all that good stuff. If I don't answer, hang up, shoot me a text. Don't leave me a voicemail. I may not answer first thing in the morning or late in the evening, but if I'm awake, I'll pretty much answer a text whenever. So I'll be glad to talk to you about the truck. Like I said, we've had it a while now, as a matter of fact, but and it put some miles on it, so we pretty much know all about this one. It's not something we grabbed at an auction, drove 5 miles to the lot and threw it up for sale. But anyway, it does have, you can see, or maybe you can, it's kind of dark, got a trailer brake controller, got power pedals, got a hookup if you want to plug your phone into the stereo. I think it had a CB here at some point, but it doesn't now. This is a Kenwood stereo. It's got navigation. You can see it navigating. It's got speakers all over the place in these doors and stuff. Showed you the backup camera. Now, there is one thing we have to do, is the wire for the camera running between the backup camera to the radio has got a short in it. I think we're around the spare tire. We got to look another day when it wouldn't come on. Should have it fixed before the end of the sale. Just wanted to point that out in case for whatever reason our guy slacks off, doesn't get around to it, whatever. But like I said, I'm almost positive we'll have it fixed. We don't have a full-time mechanic anymore, so getting stuff done is a lot harder than it used to be. But automatic headlights, power mirrors, steering wheel's in good shape, all that good stuff. You see, we've been driving, it's not running hot, temperatures are where it should be. You can see, I put it in reverse, now I was messing with the settings, and I think I turned off the thing where it will automatically switch to the camera if you set it up. But it's got Pandora, it's got Bluetooth. You can, I think you can even play DVDs and stuff if you want to. Let me see if, oh yeah. Reverse cam interruption, I turned that off accidentally. Let me go back now. Go back to the navigation. Throw it back in reverse. You can see it's just not getting the signal. We should have that fixed. I mean, it's not that big a deal. You can see it's got all the antennas and stuff. But anyway, like I said, if you have any questions, give me a call. Otherwise, we appreciate you watching the video. Thank you so much for that. Look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.